baseball. It's America's pastime and Minnesota's passion. The all-new Neighborhood Sports Network, in partnership with the Minnesota Baseball Association, brings you coverage of the 2022 State Amateur Baseball Tournament. Coverage of this great Minnesota tradition is proudly brought to you by The Urgency Room, fast, flexible care. McDonald's, owners and operators of Minnesota and Western Wisconsin. Find your golden opportunity at mcdonalds.com/careers. Xfinity, a better way to watch. Think Bank, meet your money. The Star Tribune, your home for the best prep coverage. And by the Minnesota Twins. Get tickets for Town Ball Night at Target Field on September 10th. Live coverage throughout the Town Ball tourney can be seen right here on the Neighborhood Sports Network. That's NSPN.TV. Welcome to the neighborhood. Now, let's get out to the ballpark.
In Faribault, as the Buckman Billygoats, winners in their opening round game 7-1 over the Cannon Falls Bears, take on the Luverne Redbirds, and Matt Tonjes will be the leadoff batter here for Buckman. Luverne, the top seed out of Region 13, takes on the third seed out of Region 8, the Buckman Billygoats. And Jack Haugen will be the starting pitcher here for Luverne in this one. He faces Matt Tonjes, the pitcher designated hitter. His counterpart, Lane Gertz, the shortstop, bats second. Noah Bosser, left fielder, bats third. Aaron Weber, third base, bats fourth. Swinging a foul back and out of play, evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And actually that ball got blown back into play. And the third baseman for Luverne, Derek Lundgren, goes back and makes a catch, a backpedaling catch. So it looked like that ball was going to go out of play, but the wind just kind of blew it back in, and Tonjes backpedaling. Lundgren backpedaling, made the catch for the first out of the game, and Lane Gertz will step in and take a strike. Curveball is in the dirt, so Aaron Weber bats fourth. Andrew Raycart, center fielder, bats fifth. Matt Cummett, catcher, bats sixth. Travis Call, right fielder, bats seventh. Joe Call at first base, bats eighth. And Jack Suska, second baseman, bats ninth, as Lane Gertz swings and fouls that one out of play to the right. Curveball is chopped into the ground. Played on the short hop by the shortstop, Skylar Wenninger. Wenninger makes a good throw on the run, and 2 up and 2 down here for the Billygoats in the top half of inning number 1. Defensively for Luverne, Jack Haugen pitching, catcher Declan Beers, Newt Johnson at first, Ben Syria at second, Derek Lundgren at third, Skylar Winiger with the nice play at shortstop there, and Phil Paquette, Gage Nath, and Cade Wenninger left to right in the outfield for the Redbirds of Luverne, the top seed out of Region 13. Milroy and Fairmont, as well as Bluffton. Just Fairmont and Milroy out of that Region 13, as a ground ball is fielded over at first by Johnson. He'll take it himself. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Jack Haugen and the Luverne Redbirds. First 2 games of the day here in Faribault have finished in walk-off fashion. Nisswa at one point down 5-1. Comes back and beats Raymond 6-5. And then Bluffton, watch Hutchinson get a 2-run home run in the top half of the 12th inning but responded with 3 runs of their own in the bottom of the 12th and won that one 4-3. So something in the air here in Faribault. Fortunately, right now it's not rain. We are potentially expecting some weather to move into the area, but until then, we play ball. For Luverne, it'll be Derek Lundgren leading off. Phil Paquette bats second, plays left field. Skylar Weniger, the shortstop, bats third. Ben Seary, second base, bats fourth. Declan Beers, the catcher, bats fifth. Newt Johnson, the first baseman, sixth. Jake Haugen, pitcher designated hitter, seventh. Cade Weniger in right field, bats eighth. And Gage North, the center fielder, bats ninth. And they face Matt Tonjes, who defensively behind him will have Matt Cummett behind the plate. Joe Call at first base, Jack Suska at second. Aaron Weber at third, Lane Gertz at short. Noah Bosser, Aaron Reichert, and Travis Call from left to right in the outfield. The winner of this one moves on into the round of 16 and will face the winner of the Waconia Fergus Falls Hurricanes game that's scheduled for 4:30 in Dundas, but I know weather has put things in a delay at Dundas, and I believe they are playing again at Meesville as well. But both of those sites dealing with some weather early that we were fortunate enough to avoid here in Faribault. But as we look at the radar, there is a fairly sizable system coming up out of the south, but it's still got a ways to go before it gets to us here in Faribault. And first ground ball at 0-1 off the bat of Derek Lundgren is fielded by Girth, and he fires it over to the first baseman, Call. So one away here for Luverne. And it'll bring up Phil Paquette. Most of these Luverne Redbirds played high school ball in Luverne. Do see a Atwater Cosmos Grove City, a St. Thomas More, and then MOC Floyd Valley, which I'm pretty sure I haven't heard of before. And on the 1-ball, no-strike offering, Paquette lines a base hit out into left center field. Center fielder Reichert will come up with that. Get it back in quickly, but a 1-out single. Gives Luverne a base runner here, and Skylar Weniger, the shortstop, will step in. The youngster on the mound here for the Buckman Billygoats at Tonjes Piers High School in St. Scholastica for the college. This is up and in. Wants a new baseball here. Says that ball is not worthy of play and throws it over to the Luverne dugout. They'll inspect that one, I'm sure. Wonder why Tonjes didn't like that one, but he is awarded a new baseball here at 2-0. Fly ball center field. Drifting back is Reichart. Reaches up and just in front of the fence makes the catch. All the way to second base was Paquette. He had to come back, so a nice catch out in center field by Andrew Reichart. He made the catch and then crashed into that 6-foot-high wall out there. Quickly threw it back in, hoping to maybe double off Paquette, who had gone all the way to second base. But scampered back to the bag and made it in safely. So a well-hit ball by Skylar Weniger, but It was caught out there. Now another ball hit out into fairly deep center field, but Reichart drifts back and hauls that one in. So two well-hit balls to center field by the 3 and 4 hitters, Weniger and Ben Siri, but both result in flyouts. And we are through 1 inning of play. No score here from Belfield in Faribault, and we'll be back with more action here from the Minnesota State Amateur Baseball Tournament on the Neighborhood Sports Network after this timeout.
All season long, you've gathered with friends, neighbors, and family at ball yards all across Minnesota.
Still going, gone! A home run!
Diamonds that define hundreds of communities. Town Ball binds together our passion for baseball and our hometowns. And on September 10th, the cornerstone of Minnesota baseball, Target Field, will host a party for all those who play, watch, and support Town Ball. The Twins host the Guardians at 6:10 p.m. Prior to the game, the champions will be honored in a ceremony at Town Ball Tavern, and all Town Ballers will be invited down to the field for a special pregame ceremony. Wear your team colors and enjoy a special night at Target Field.
Field Scallon back, has it measured. That's it! Air Freight Unlimited, your Class A state champions.
For tickets to the Minnesota Twins Tip of the Cap to Town Ball on September 10th, visit twinsbaseball.com/townball.
Leading off for the Billygoats, third baseman number 34, Aaron Weber.
So Aaron Weber steps in, 1-2-3 for Buckman in the first against Jake Haugen. Curveball popped up behind home plate. Giving it a look is Declan Beers, but lands behind us and out of play. So Jake Haugen comes after Aaron Weber, who pops it fouled on the first base line, and Johnson retreats back and is able to come up with that one just in foul territory. 2 pitches and 1 out here.
Center number 51, center fielder is Andrew Rudders.
Haugen, Luverne High School and University of Sioux Falls, fires a strike in the center fielder, Reichert. Reichert fouls it back. Foley High School, the Falcon. No college listed for Reichert. Behind in the count, 0-2. Sticks the bat out and just pokes that one foul down the third base line. That one is going to get out of play over there. So the count remains at no balls and 2 strikes. Another pop-up foul, so Reichert's seen 4 pitches and 4 strikes, but hasn't been able to put the ball anywhere near in play here against Haugen. Fly ball out into right field, couple steps back for Cade Wendinger, now in a couple more, and puts that one away. So 5 up and 5 down for Jake Haugen.
That's the 2 down, that's the way out. Catcher number 24, Matt Hook.
And Matt Cummett, the catcher, steps in. Cummett out of Piers, and then the Bemidji State Beaver. Curveball. Misses down. Cummett watched that one all the way into the glove of Beers, but now gets jammed here. Shallow center field, late start for the center fielder, Nath. But comes charging in and reaches up and puts that one away. So 6 up and 6 down here for Jake Haugen. And Luverne, the only base runner so far, with a one-out single in the first with Phil Paquette, but he was stranded right there. We'll give it a try here in the bottom half of inning number 2 against Matt Tonjes. We'll bring that action to you here on the Neighborhood Sport Nets Network when we return to Faribault.
Fast and flexible care. Count on the urgency room for expert medical care when you need it most. Visit us in person. Broken bone, chest pain? We're in Eagan, Vadnais Heights, or Woodbury. Online care. Sinus infection? Strep throat? We offer easy online care. Major to minor, we can provide the level of care you need. Visit urgencyroom.com. Mobile check-in now available.
Star Tribune covers high school sports as passionately as you live them. Don't miss a beat on the games you love. Check out Star Tribune all day, every day for the latest prep news, scores, and so much more.
Kind of just continuing to monitor this weather radar in hopes that maybe this system will slide to the north. That's the closest to us here. It's a pretty good sized system, but that's all the way back into Nebraska, so that's going to take a while to get here. So hopefully we can continue to get baseball in here. And Declan Beers will step in for the Luverne Redbirds. Augustana University, so a lot of colleges represented here for Luverne. Augustana, South Dakota State, Briar Cliff, Sioux Falls, Northwestern, South Dakota State, Southwest Minnesota, Gustavus Adolphus, Concordia Moorhead. So a plethora of college experience on this Redbirds team as Beers takes outside, so it's 2 balls and 1 strike now. The number 5 hitter, left-handed hitting catcher, takes a strike from the St. Scholastica Saint, Matt Tonjes. And the 2-2 offering is called. Strike 3. So Beers looked back at our home plate umpire in hopes that he wasn't going to rise up there, but rise up he did, and called strike 3. Newt Johnson will step in. One of the few non-Luverne high school graduates. St. Thomas More, then via South Dakota State University. Fastball up to Johnson here. Even the count at 1-1. Curveball stays up high. Tonjes not happy with himself there. We've seen that a lot today. Curveballs that just spin and hang up in the zone. The pitcher's not able to get that breaking ball down like Tonjes was able to do there. Check swing from Johnson, but it's a called strike. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a foul back to the screen. Staying alive is Newt Johnson. 1 out base runner was stranded at first base by Luverne. 2 well-hit balls out to center field, but center fielder Reichert tracked them both down. Now fly ball out to right field. Johnson flings the bat away as he trots down to first, and the right fielder Call puts it away. So we've seen 12 batters in this game, and 11 of them have been retired. Jake Haugen will step in, pitcher designated hitter, and Tonjes misses outside with that offering. 1-0. Haugen fists one out into left field. So it's a 2-out single for Luverne. And while you might think, okay, just a harmless little 2-out single, we have seen today that teams can string together some base hits with 2 outs and score some runs. Most of the runs that we have seen put on the board have been with 2 outs here today. And Luverne looking to be the first to get on the board here. We'll send up the right fielder, Cade Wenninger. Takes the first pitch low for a ball. Good lead over there for Haugen. Just takes his secondary lead, looks in at the plate, and watches the 1 ball, no strike offering. Just slide outside the zone. 2-0 chopper. Tonjes will think about tagging Cade Wenninger, but then think better of it and just underhand toss it over to Call. So, a single in each of the first 2 innings for Luverne, but neither can get them past first base. And we are through 2 innings of play. No score.
As well as Max Bat, the official bat supplier for Minnesota Baseball. Right fielder number 5, Dennis Paul. For first baseman number 3, Joe Paul. That's number 20, second baseman, Jet Siska. Redbirds on the order, number 7, Matt Pelgus. That is number 8, Lane Chris. Number 22. No, Boston. Two runs. Buckman leads 2-0 after 2.5. Third center fielder, number 25, Steve Neff. That's the top of the order, number 10 is Derek Lundgren.
Okay, back here at Belfield, trying to work through some technical difficulties here. And when we were away, Buckman in the top half of inning number 3 broke through here and took a 2-0 lead. We play here with 1 out in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Gage Nath, the number 9 hitter, popped out to the shortstop Girth. Now a ground ball to Girth from the leadoff batter Lundgren. So the second time today that Girth has retired Lundgren on a ground ball, but Travis Call started the inning for Buckman. Hit a ground ball over to the third baseman Lundgren to his right. He made the long throw across the diamond, and a short hop Johnson went out the heel of his glove, and Call reached on the throwing error by Lundgren. He was bunted over to second by Joe Call. Fly ball center field. The bat of Phil Paquette. And that one's hauled in by Reichert out there. He's been busy in center field. It's a 1-2-3 bottom half of the 3rd inning. And Buckman will come up here in the 4th, leading it 2-0. Then Jack Suska lined a double out into right center field. That plated Travis Call, the first run of the game. And Matt Tonjes, the pitcher designated hitter, lined a single out into center field. Suska came around and scored. So Tonjes checked in at first with an RBI single after Lane Girth popped out to the pitcher, and Noah Bosser at the plate. Matt Tonjes got caught leaning, and Jake Haugen picked him off. And that ended the top half of the 3rd inning, but not before Buckman came up with those 2 runs, broke through, and then a 1-2-3 inning from Tonjes. Tonjes has given up 2 hits in each of the first 2 innings, or 1 hit in each of the first 2 innings, 2 hits total, but this time gets Luverne 9-1-2, 1-2-3 in the 3rd, so we head to the 4th inning here with Buckman leading it 2-0.
Second by 22. Oh, that's it.
All right, so Buckman steps in leading 2-0, and as we continue to try to work through these technical difficulties, I'll try to give you more of a radio type call here than action you can see on the field. We'll try to work through this and get you back to live action, but right now we play in the top half of the 4th. Noah Bosser, check swing, it's called strike, and then spinning a curveball up there is Haugen, and misses high, so 2-1 now to the number 3 hitter in the order, Noah Bosser, for the Buckman Billygoats. Billygoats advanced into this round, the 7-1 victory in their opening game, knocking out the Cannon Falls Bears. And that pitch is fouled at the plate to Bosser. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Haugen into the windup. Curveball hit well out into right field, out towards the scoreboard out there. That ball is over the fence and gone. A home run for Noah Bosser. 2-2 hanging curveball that was just breaking down in towards the barrel of the bat of the left-hander, Noah Bosser. And Bosser rode it out and out of here in between the right field fence and the Belfield scoreboard out there. And it's 3-0 now for Buckman. Bosser, the Bemidji State Beaver, and Pierce High School graduate, starts off this top half of the fourth inning with a solo home run, and it's now 3-0 for Buckman. So Buckman trying to buck the trend here, if you will, of the top seeded teams advancing into this round of 16. Ground ball to third base. That's gobbled up over there by Lundgren. This time a nice accurate throw over to Johnson at first. And on the 5-3 putout, Aaron Weber is retired. So Red Wing last night advanced at Dundas with a win over Watkins, 1-0. St. Patrick here at Faribault last evening ousted the Burbank Bombers 5-1. Both of them top seeds coming out of their region. Then Nisswa, top seed out of Region 8, went to the wire with Raymond, down by 4 runs late. Comes back and wins 6-5. Fly ball off the bat of Reichert, out towards the right fielder, Cade Wendinger. He gets under that one and puts it away, so Reichert just got underneath that one a little bit. Hit it well, but a little too much height to be able to get it over the head of the right fielder, Wendinger, and he camped under it and made the catch. Now a ball pitch, and some of these Luverne fans already starting to get a little bit restless. Line drive snared out of the air by the pitcher, Haugen. So Matt Cummett absolutely hit it on a line right back at the box, but Haugen threw up that glove and snared it as it was about to go past his right earlobe and put an end to a fourth inning that saw Noah Bosser lead off with a home run to extend the lead for Buckman to 3-0 over Luverne. And Matt Townsend will stride out for another inning of work. So Nisswa, as mentioned, down 5-1 late, gets 3 in the 7 and 2 in the 9th to beat the Raymond Rockets in shocking fashion, 6-5. And then Bluffton went extra innings against Hutchinson. Hutchinson got a 2-run home run late from their number 9 hitter with 2 outs in the top of the 12th. But Bluffton comes back with 3 runs in the bottom, including an error by the right fielder dropping a ball on a 3-0 pitch that allowed the game-winning run to come around and score. And Bluffton, the top seed, survived in advance and will move on into the round of 16 in this Class C tournament. But right now, it is the Buckman Billygoats who have the upper hand.
Hitter number 1 is Buckman Billygoats. One left. 4 complete. 3-0. And that scoreboard update brought to you by Score Monster, the official website and scoring partner for Minnesota Baseball.
All right, hopefully we have you back here, fans, as we approach the top half of inning number 5 here. And the Buckman Billygoats continue to lead here over the Luverne Redbirds. We're heading to the top half of inning number 5. It's 3-0. So we'll try to get you caught up on the scoring here. The most recent was a solo home run leading off the top half of the 4th inning from Noah Bosser of Buckman. He drove one up and out towards the scoreboard, and it went over that right field fence, in between the fence and the big Bell Field scoreboard out there in right, and that extended Buckman's lead to 3-0. Buckman got on the board in the 3rd. Travis Call reached on a throwing error by the 3rd baseman Lundgren, was sacrificed over to 2nd, scored on a double by the number 9 hitter Jack Suska. And then Suska subsequently scored on the base hit by the leadoff batter Matt Tonjes. Tonjes was picked off to end the inning, but that gave Buckman a 2-0 lead. And so far, Matt Tonjes up on the mound has made that stand up. As leading off the top of the 5th here, Travis Call rolls one over and is picked off nicely by the shortstop Lundgren. This time he makes a good throw to retire Travis Call. It was Call who led off with that ground ball towards the line at 3rd that Lundgren backhanded, made a throw across, short hopped Johnson, and he couldn't handle it. And that was the start of the 2-run rally for Buckman. They added the solo home run from Bosser in the 4th and lead this one now by 3. Luverne really has been shut down for the most part by Matt Tonjes. In the 2nd, Beers struck out. Johnson flew out to right. Haugen singled with 2 outs, but then a one-hopper right back to Tonjes off the bat of Cade Wenninger ended that inning. A 1-2-3 3rd as Nath popped out to short. Lundgren grounded out to short, and Paquette flew out to center. And then in the 4th, Skylar Wenninger flew out to center. Siri had an infield hit, went to second on a throwing error by the shortstop Girth, but was stranded there as Beers grounded out 1-3 and Newt Johnson grounded out on a good play, sliding play by Suska, but got Newt Johnson to end the inning. Now a fly ball here off the bat of Joe Call. That the center fielder Nath is able to drift under and make the catch. So 2 quick outs here. Curveball to Suska. Suska in the number 9 spot here had that big double to right center to spur the 2-run third inning for Buckman. That gave him this 2-0 lead, and then added on to at 3-0 with the solo home run. Chops the first pitch foul. Lifts one up into shallow left field. That's going to fall in front of the left fielder, Paquette. Skylar Weniger was kind of shaded over towards second base at his shortstop position, so no chance for him to retreat back and make a play on that one. So it's a 2-out single. Jack Suska 2 for 2, and we're going to get a slow walk out to the mound from the manager of the Luverne Redbirds. He will not call his entire infield in, just wants to have a word. A little pat on the bottom side to his pitcher, Haugen. Says, go and get this guy. It's his counterpart. The pitcher, Tonjes. Tonjes singled in a run in his last at-bat. Driving in Suska, who had doubled. Sharp breaking ball there from Haugen is in for strike one. Good backdoor breaking ball there. Don just pulls this one hard down the first base line, and finally the home plate umpire comes up and rules it a foul ball. Very slow with the call, and he's getting some grief from the Buckman dugout, and now he'll give an explanation and then give an extended stare over to Buckman. I don't think they're arguing about the actual call, but I think they're saying, let's see that call come up a little quicker for us here, because fair and foul should be a fairly quick call from the home plate umpire, but he took his time. I think got it right. Ton just 2 hoppers out to Siri at second. He'll go the short way to Weniger to force out Suska, heading for second, and that'll do it for Buckman here in the 5th. We're halfway through this one. Buckman leading Luverne 3-0, and it's back here to Belfield and Faribault after this.
All season long, you've gathered with friends, neighbors, and family at ball yards all across Minnesota.
Still going, gone! A home run!
Diamonds that define hundreds of communities. Town Ball binds together our passion for baseball and our hometowns. And on September 10th, the cornerstone of Minnesota baseball, Target Field, will host a party for all those who play, watch, and support Town Ball. The Twins host the Guardians at 6:10 p.m. Prior to the game, the champions will be honored in a ceremony at Town Ball Tavern, and all Town Ballers will be invited down to the field for a special pregame ceremony. Wear your team colors and enjoy a special night at Target Field.
Field Scallon back, has it measured. That's it! Air Freight Unlimited, your Class A state champions.
For tickets to the Minnesota Twins Tip of the Cap to Town Ball on September 10th, visit twinsbaseball.com/townball.
All right, Luverne needs to try to get back into this ball game.
Number 22.
Trail it by 3. 3 hits on the board for Luverne, 4 for Buckman, but Buckman's really gotten the extra base hits. Double by Suska that drove in a run and then subsequently scored on the single from Tonjes, and then the solo home run from Bosser. That's really been the difference in this game, is the hits on the board for Buckman. A couple of them the extra base variety that has helped them build up this lead. Ground ball. It's going to be a race to the base, and it's going to be won by the first baseman call off the bat of Jake Haugen. So 3 unassisted for the first out on Haugen. 7, 8, and 9 here for Luverne. Haugen had singled in his first at bat, so of the 3 hits, it's Paquette with a single in the first, Haugen with a single in the second, and Siri with an infield single in the fourth. Ground ball to short. Girth thinks about going down to a knee, but then decides to take it standing up, and then rises up and makes a good strong throw over to call at first. So 2 ground ball outs. That's 4 consecutive ground ball outs now for Matt Tonjes. And there's 2 away quickly here in the bottom half of inning number 5. Strike called to the number 9 hitter, Gage Nath. He popped out to the shortstop, Girth, in his first plate appearance. Tonjes continuing to just pound that strike zone for Buckman. Chopper foul. So Tonjes continues to throw strikes. But then he comes inside and hits. Gage Nath on an 0-2 pitch. So tried to waste one in tight. And it hits Nath. It'll turn the order over to the top. To Lundgren. Luverne trying to get something going here. With 2 outs, that's the first free pass of any sort that Tonjes has given up. He's pretty much been out there firing strikes for the Billygoats. No walks, just a hit batsman of Nath, and they'll throw over to first. Diving back in safely is the center fielder for Luverne, Gage Nath. Tonjes checks the sign, comes in, high fastball. That's fouled out of play to the right by Derek Lundgren. Lundgren has grounded out to shortstop twice here in this one, so we're in the bottom half of inning number 5, and this will just be the 3rd time around the order here for Buckman, starting with Lundgren. Curveball is up in the zone. Taken for a ball. One and two. Tonjes gives a check of the runner. There goes. Curveball is popped up down the first base line. 2 calls giving chase. First baseman Joe. Right fielder Travis. Joe is the closest to it, the first baseman, but can't quite stick that glove out and make the catch, and just fouls harmlessly down the right field line. So a lot of these Buckman Billygoats from Piers, Little Falls, Sauk Rapids High School, one Pipestone, a Royalton, a Foley, a Little Falls. So decent representation from the central part of the state there, but mostly it is Piers High School that have produced many of these Buckman Billygoats. And 1-2 count now to Lundgren. Fastball lifted in the air to right center field. A very busy center fielder, Andrew Reichert, comes over and makes the catch. That's the 5th putout for the center fielder Reichert through 5 innings of bat for the Luverne Redbirds. And Matt Tachis continues to just shut out the Luverne Redbirds. And as the Buckman Billygoats head to their dugout and come up for the top half of the 6th, we'll take a break here on the Neighborhood Sports Network and be back to Faribault after this.
Fast and flexible care. Count on the urgency room for expert medical care when you need it most. Visit us in person. Broken bone, chest pain? We're in Eagan, Vadnais Heights, or Woodbury. Online care. Sinus infection? Strep throat? We offer easy online care. Major to minor, we can provide the level of care you need. Visit urgencyroom.com. Mobile check-in now available.
Star Tribune covers high school sports as passionately as you live them. Don't miss a beat on the games you love. Check out Star Tribune all day, every day for the latest prep news, scores, and so much more.
A new pitcher for Luverne Hill. They'll go to one of their draftees from the Wyndham Pirates. Kobe Lovell will come in to pitch. Kobe Lavelle, the left-hander. And then Southwest State University College. Line drive, left center field, off the bat of Girth. That's going to one-hop, two-hop the wall. And Girth is going to check into second with the leadoff double. So we've talked about how it's Buckman who leads this game in extra base hits. That's 3-0 in extra base hits for Buckman, and it translates to a 3-0 score for the Billygoats to lead this one, and an opportunity to add some more here. As Kobe Lavelle, the left-hander, came in with a high fastball to Girth, and he found the gap in left center. And that'll bring up Noah Bosser, who homered in his last at-bat. Bosser not looking to bunt at all here. And Lavelle misses wildly with that one after missing with the first pitch, so 2 balls and no strikes. First base is open, but with nobody out and down by 3 runs, you certainly aren't going to put Noah Bosser on base intentionally here, intentionally, unintentionally, but Lavelle can't find the strike zone with that third offering, and it's now 3 balls and no strikes. Lane Girth, leadoff double at second. Now he'll be joined on base by Noah Bosser, who takes ball 4.
Batter number 34, Aaron Weber.
So hard to tell if that really was kind of an intentional, unintentional walk, as he never really threw a pitch that Bosser could take a hack at. Weber with a good bunt up the third base line and slipping down. And now they catch the runner off of third base. And he is going to argue that he got interfered with coming around third base. I think he's trying to say that Lundgren got in his way and forced him to go too far around the base, but He's not winning this argument here. So Lavelle tried to field that bunt and slipped down. Looked like Buckman was going to have the bases loaded, but unfortunately for the Billygoats, Lane Girth coming around third base went too far. Alertly, Lavelle threw it to Lundgren. Now ground ball to first. They'll go to second for one. No return throw. So they do get one out on the force out of Weber. It'll be a grounder fielder's choice for Andrew Reichert on the play. Going to third will be Noah Bosser. So really, Johnson had a choice there. Touch the bag and then call for the tag at second on Weber, but he decided to go with the long throw over to the shortstop. Skylar Wenninger covered. Wenninger took a long look over at Bosser at third base and see if they couldn't get another Buckman Billygoat straying too far off of that third base bag, but Bosser wasn't going anywhere and checked in there, and now it's a strike to Matt Komet. Runner goes, got a great jump. There will be no throw. So Reichert will steal the base standing up here. And now runners at second and third, and really a big opportunity here for Matt Komet to do some damage for Buckman. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Curveball on the outside corner. So Komet from Piers and Bemidji State University looking to see if he can't get a base hit here and played a couple more runs for Buckman. Thrown out to center and lined out on ground ball up the middle. Bobbled by the second baseman out there. So it's going to be a base hit for Komet and an RBI. Would have been a really, really tough play for Siri. I don't think he was going to throw out Komet in any circumstance. So just a well-placed ground ball off the bat of Komet. Got through the middle. Siri got over there and fielded it, but trying to make the transfer, the ball bobbled out of his glove, but he really didn't have much of a chance to make a play. That's where that stolen base by Reichert loomed large, because possibly they could have gotten a force on Reichert going from first to second base if he had not stolen that base. But instead, with runners at second and third, the only play would have been at first base, and Siri trying to hurry to get that ball out of his glove, bobbled it, and it allowed Komet to reach first base and drive in a run and make it now 4-0 for the Buckman Billygoats. Pick off at first. Komet doesn't look like he's going anywhere. Right now, this Buckman Billygoat team is looking quite good. They've outscored their opponents so far in this tournament 11-1 through a game and 5 innings. And a strike called in there now to Travis Call. Runners at the corners. Swing and a miss by Call. Call started that 2-run third inning with the ground ball to Lundgren. Reached on the throwing air and then came around to score on the double by Suska after being sacrificed up by Joe Call. Runner goes, and now they're going to try to get in a rundown. Runner goes from, and it's going to be an easy tag out of Reichert. So they threw it down. They tried to get into a little bit of a pickle play, but Reichert just took off for home, and all it took was a accurate throw from Siri. Once he did that, Reichert kind of gave himself up. The tag was applied, and the 6th inning comes to an end, the top of the 6th inning, but it results in another run for Buckman, and they lead this one 4-0. They'll come back to Faribault and Bell Field for more action here on the Neighborhood Sports Network after this timeout.
fast and flexible care. Count on the urgency room for expert medical care when you need it most. Visit us in person. Broken bone, chest pain? We're in Eagan, Vadnais Heights, or Woodbury. Online care. Sinus infection? Strep throat? We offer easy online care. Major to minor, we can provide the level of care you need. Visit urgencyroom.com. Mobile check-in now available.
Phil Paquette will step in. Takes the first pitch from Tachis. Swinging a drive out into deep left field, but ranging back and just in front of the warning track. Bosser reaches up and makes the catch. So Paquette caught that one just off the end of the bat. So right now, through 5 1/3, it's a 3-hit shutout for Matt Tachis here against the top seed from Region 8. Or make that Region 13, the Luverne Redbirds. They trail the 3rd seed out of Region 8. The Buckman Billygoats 4-0. We're going to foul back to the screen. So Nisswa, the Lightning, the top seed out of Region 8, the Avon Lakers, the 2nd seed. We'll see them next, weather permitting. And then this Buckman team, the 3rd seed, but they are definitely looking better than the number 3 seed out of a region here in this one, leading at 4-0, leading in the hit columns 7-3. And as mentioned, importantly, leading 3-0 in the extra base hit column. That has helped them build this 4-0 lead. 2 balls and 2 strikes now called. Strike 3 to Skylar Wenninger. Matt Tachis just continues to deal here. He's given up 1 base runner in every inning other than the 3rd, and now has the first 2 outs here in the bottom half of inning number 6, and right back with strike 1 to Ben Seary. So Luverne needing base runners, but getting no help from Tachis. Jam shot, chopper out to second. Underhand toss from Susko over to Joe Call. And it's a 1-2-3 6th inning for the Luverne Redbirds. So 6 innings of shutout baseball for Matt Tachis. And the Buckman Billygoats will come in and try to add to this lead. They lead it 4-0, looking to tack on more. We'll bring it to you as coverage continues here from the Minnesota State Amateur Baseball Tournament from Belfield in Faribault on NSPN.TV.
Fast and flexible care. Count on the urgency room for expert medical care when you need it most. Visit us in person. Broken bone, chest pain? We're in Eagan, Vadnais Heights, or Woodbury. Online care. Sinus infection? Strep throat? We offer easy online care. Major to minor, we can provide the level of care you need. Visit urgencyroom.com. Mobile check-in now available.
Later tonight, ain't missing. Mike and Bucky here.
So far.
All right, Buckman. 7, 8, 9 hitters will face Kobe Lavelle, Travis Call, Joel Call, Jack Suska. The 9 hitter, Jack Suska, and involved offensively for Buckman. RBI double, and then scored a run. Singled in the 5th. Ground ball to short. Shuff, and low throw, but dug out nicely by Johnson from Skylar Wenninger. And there's one away here in the top half of inning number 7, and Joe Call will step in. Call had a sacrifice bunt in the 3rd that moved Travis Call up to 2nd. He then scored on the double by Suska, and then Joe Call flew out to center field in inning number 5. So really just the 3rd time through the order here for Buckman. We're in the 7th inning. Swing and a miss by Call on the 1-0 offering. The count is even now at 1 ball and 1 strike. Call rolls one over there towards the Luverne dugout. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to the number 8 hitter in the lineup for Buckman, and backs away from a fastball there from Lavelle. Call out of Piers and then Fergus Falls Community College. Play some ball. Check swing. Misses outside, so 3 balls and 2 strikes. Lavelle comes right at him, swing and a miss, so a strikeout of Joe Call is out number 2. That is the first strikeout of the game of a Buckman Billygoat batter. So Buckman putting the ball in play here against Luverne. But there's 2 away here. And Suska steps in. Check swing. Don't need to appeal when the home plate umpire stands up and calls that one a strike. Catcher Beers was already asking for the appeal, but it was a called strike, and now that one does clip Jack Suska. Thought he jumped out of the way of that one, but the ball came back to the backstop. It didn't look like it deflected in any fashion, but no argument, and Suska trotted down, so on base for the 3rd consecutive time here. The number 9 hitter, Jack Suska, 2-out base runner for Buckman. Knees buckle there by Tonches. He takes it for a strike. Good curveball there from Lavelle. Heading the count. Pitch misses just down and away. Again, some of these Luverne fans starting to get a little restless as watching the top seed out of section region 13. Being pushed to the limit here by Buckman. Ground ball into right field. Around, now they got another runner off the base too far, and Tonches is caught again. That's the 2nd time now. Tonches was picked off by the starting pitcher, Haugen. And here on a ground ball base hit to right, the throw was cut off as Suska was easily going to make 3rd. But the shortstop back to the first baseman after Tonches took way too wide of a turn, applied the tag, the third runner that's been cut down on the base paths for Buckman in this one. So leading at 4-0, have run into a couple of outs and got picked off at first base. So certainly want to clean that up going forward, but right now Matt Tachis will go clean up the front of his jersey and then come on out for another inning of work here as we head to the bottom half of inning number 7. Buckman leading 4-0. It's back to Bell Field in Faribault with more coverage of the State Amateur Baseball Tournament on the Neighborhood Sports Network after this timeout.
You should feel good about where you and your money are headed. We can help you build a better relationship with your money, starting with our free Simply Better checking account. When you open an account, you'll also receive a free gift. Get started today. Think Bank. Meet your money.
Such news! It's everything I ever wanted.
All right, it's Declan Beers to lead things off here for the Luverne Redbirds. Really need to get something going here. Just 3 hits, 1 hit batsman, so 4 base runners in the game is all for Luverne, and they've been scattered throughout 4 innings, so have not yet been able to get more than 1 base runner on base against Matt Tachis. And Tachis, after missing with strike 1, comes right back at Beers, and he swings and fouls it back and out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike now. That pitch misses off the outside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike, so it hasn't been often that Tachis has been working from behind these Luverne hitters and comes in with strike on the inside corner. Beers wears those socks way up high here, almost above the knee. A lot of that red sock for the Redbirds showing, and missing with the fastball outside to run the count full, so a rare 3-ball count for Matt Tachis. Fouled out of play, staying alive. That one ricocheted off of the light pole there. Caught by the third base coach, but that would only count in sandlot baseball to argue that that should be a strike. And now the first walk of the game issued by Matt Tachis is to Declan Beers. And it's a leadoff base runner for Luverne. First time they've been able to get a leadoff base runner on base against Matt Tachis. Newt Johnson will step in. Swing a foul back behind the plate. Johnson 0 for 2 in the game, flew out to right, grounded out to second, so gone the other way twice, but they certainly are playing him straight away in the outfield. The center fielder, Reichert, is directly in line with the catcher and the pitcher here, just in front of the 350 sign out there. Shaded a little over towards the line in right. Swing and a miss on a 1-1 offering. And Johnson swings through that one. So Johnson wasn't looking to just put that ball in play to the right there. He was looking to drive one down that left field line, but swung through it. Now a swing, and it's foul tipped directly into the glove of Komet, and he hangs on. So it's a strikeout of Johnson. Third strikeout of the game for Tachis. So really hasn't. Ooh, and that one's going to hit Jake Haugen. Curveball that really slipped out of the hands of Tachis. So now a walk and a hit batsman with one away here. Suddenly it's Luverne who's got an opportunity. They haven't gotten anything free at all from Tachis up to this point, save for a harmless hit batsman with 2 outs in the 5th that was stranded right there when the leadoff hitter Derek Lundgren flew out to center field. So it'll be Cade Wenninger now. Grounded out right back to Tachis and then to the shortstop Girth in the 5th. Swings and fouls that one back and out of play. 0-1 here. Good lead out there at second base. Buckman doesn't seem to be overly concerned about Beer's lead out there at second. And it's coming right at Cade Wenninger. Tachis gets called strike 2. And he's ahead in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Long hesitation. Line drive at third. They'll go back to second. Probably had a better chance to get Johnson at first, but decided to throw it back behind Elias on the line drive to Weber at third. He snared it and then quickly rose up and tried to fire it over to Suska covering at second, but the throw actually hit Declan Beers, and he's trying to shake it off. That definitely hit him in the left calf. Wincing a little bit out there, but again, he's the catcher. He'll tough it out and take his lead out there at second base, so it'll be Gage Nath, who has popped out to short and was hit by a pitch, and now rolls one over to second. The play is at first. Smart play by Suska there. Gets the out of Gage Nath in one pitch. And they're out of the jam. Stranding 2 for the first time in this game is Luverne, but still down by 4 runs. Running out of time here, and Buckman with an opportunity to add more to it. They'll try to do so in the top of the 8th. We'll have it for you when we come back. Looks like we may have a pitching change. We'll tell you about it when we return to Faribault after this timeout on the Neighborhood Sports Network.
You should feel good about where you and your money are headed. We can help you build a better relationship with your money, starting with our free Simply Better checking account. When you open an account, you'll also receive a free gift. Get started today. Think Bank. Meet your money.
Such news! It's everything I ever wanted.
Now pitching number 5, Ben Sorry. Now playing second base, number 24, Ethan Meyer.
The new pitcher coming in here for Luverne, coming in from second base, be Ben Sari. And taking over at second base will be Ethan Byer for the Luverne Redbirds. I think that's just a defensive change. Jake Haugen will continue in the game as the designated hitter. So no change in the batting order, just some defensive alignment changes and a new player defensively, Ethan Byer. And it will be Lane Girth leading it off and hits a fly ball. Well hit out to center field, but Nath retreats back and reaches up and pulls that one in. So one pitch, one out here for Lane Girth and the Buckman Billygoats. And Noah Bosser will step in. The left fielder Bosser with a solo home run, a walk, and a run scored. So 2 runs scored. Another line drive hit at center field. This time coming in a couple of steps is Nath. So 2 pretty well hit balls right straight back up the middle on 2 pitches from Ben Sari, but both of them right at the center fielder Nath. And he's able to put them away. So let's see if Aaron Weber doesn't take a couple of pitches here from Sari, or maybe they're watching the, and that one comes in and ticks off the end of the glove of Beers. I thought that might have hit Aaron Weber, but just hit the glove of Beers and back to the backstop. And maybe Buckman is watching this radar as well and seeing the weather system come in and going, let's get up there and get our hacks in, because this system just continues to work its way towards Faribault. They've already shut down play for the day over in Meesville. So try to get as much baseball as we can here. Buckman cruising along here through 8. Swing and a miss by Weber, then a pop foul down the first base line, and underneath it is Johnson. So a quick 1-2-3 inning on 4 pitches by Ben Sari. We are through 7.5 innings of play. Buckman continues to lead it 4-0. And Matt Tachis strolls out for his 8th inning of work, and we'll have it for you here when we come back to Faribault and continue
Join our team.
Minnesota State Class C baseball tournament.
Join our team while supporting yours. The all-new Neighborhood Sports Network, NSPN.TV, is looking for camera operators and broadcasters for our live game streams. The atmosphere of sporting events can't be beat. Be a part of the action with flexible scheduling and guaranteed game rate pay. If you're a student or adult looking for an opening into the world of sports media, or to just make a little extra cash, send us an email at jobs@nspn.tv. Welcome to the neighborhood.
He's trying to hold it dead over there. You're not working next weekend?
I'll probably put down on Sunday. Don't trust you for finals week, you know?
Player number 10 is Derek Waldrick.
Top of the order for Luverne as they try to get back into this one against Matt Tachis, and Tachis just continues to throw strikes here against the Luverne Redbirds. It appears that if they're going to make a comeback, they're going to have to do it with the stick. Not a lot of freebies from Tachis up to this point. They did get a walk and a hit batsman in the 7th with 1 out. They had runners at first and second, but a line out after that of Kate Weniger, and a ground out to second by Gage Nath, and that did it for that threat. Now 2 balls and 1 strike to Lundgren. Ground ball foul up the third base line. See our next team starting to gather down there. Getting ready when this one is over. It'll be Avon and St. Martin in that one. Pop-up foul. Giving chase is called Joe, but he's going to run out of room over there. Will remain at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Avon, second seed out of Region 8. And this is Buckman, the 3rd seed out of Region 8, who is right now in control against the top seed of Region 13, the Luverne Redbirds, as Lundgren continues to battle here. Fouls another one away. We remain here at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ground ball towards the hole, diving stop, going to have to get up and fire, and it's not in time. Great play on both ends by Girth and a good scoop by Joe Call, but Derek Lundgren speeding that one out down the line starts this bottom of the 8th inning off with an infield single. Girth laid out full for that one, hopped to his feet, fired it over there, and a good scoop made by the first baseman, Joe Call, but not in time to get the base runner Lundgren, and Luverne has themselves a leadoff hit. Phil Paquette will step in. Tacha still looks like he's got good pop on that fastball here. Paquette singled in the first, flew out to center and flew out to left. Close play over there at first as Lundgren diving back in. The last thing Luverne wants to do is have a base runner picked off of first base. Second base right now means nothing to Luverne versus the base runner in Derek Lundgren. So I think Lundgren might just need to shorten that lead up a little bit. Well, he's been able to beat those throws back from Tachis. There really isn't any reason to make him this close. Paquette, the 1 ball, no strike count. Tachis comes in, misses down and in. So, starting to see Tachis maybe labor to find that strike zone a little bit here late in the game. Paying a lot of attention to Derek Lundgren over at first base. He'll try another one, and every one of those throws is just like another pitch here. So I think if I'm the coach of Buckman, I'm yelling out at Tachis, quit worrying about Lundgren over there at first and concentrate on this batter. Fly ball, center field, it's off the end of the bat. On charging is Reichert. He makes the catch and then throws it back behind Lundgren at first. Kind of ill-advised there, hustling back to back up the play was Tachis. But just smothering that baseball like a first baseman should was Joe Call. So another fly ball out to the center fielder, Reichert. He was busy early, didn't see any balls in the 6th or the 7th innings. That is the 6th fly ball put out to center fielder of Buckman, Andrew Reichert. And there's 2 away here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. This Luverne crowd has gotten very quiet here late in this one as Skylar Wenninger takes a ball and then a called strike. So Lundgren still over there at first base, still taking that sizable lead. But Tachis really doesn't seem to be paying nearly as much attention to him as he was when Paquette was in the batter's box. Spins a curveball high, 2 balls and 1 strike. Wenninger 2 of those 6 flyouts to center field off of his bat. And then a strikeout looking in the 6th. Now reaches out for that one, and all he can do is poke that one foul down the first baseline. So 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Tachis really hasn't done it with the strikeout much today, but just got Luverne to put the ball in play and keep it in the ballpark. Pitch misses down and away. Full count now, 3-2. Now they can let Lundgren take as big a lead as he wants. They should be playing behind him there with Kurth at first base, but they will hold him on, and he'll go with the pitch. Now just one out here. I guess he doesn't go. My bad again. A couple of struggles with the 1 out and 2 out variety for your play-by-play guy today. But just one away, so certainly still want to hold the runner on in that case. As it's chopped foul off the bat of Weniger. And they'll return and try it again here. Swing and a miss. So a strikeout. They worked away to Weniger and do get him to strike out. So second time in a row, Skylar Weniger has struck out against Tachis. Fourth strikeout in the game now for the Buckman hurler. And 2 away here. Strike on the outside corner to Ben Seary. Seary came in to pitch. Got a 1-2-3 top half of the 8th inning. Now looking to keep an inning alive here offensively for Luverne. Swings at that fastball down in the zone and chops it foul behind home plate. No balls and 2 strikes. Ahead in the count here is Tachis. A courtesy look over at Lundgren at first. Chopper to second. Easy play over to first. And that will do it for Luverne as Matt Tachis continues to spin. A 4-hit shutout here. We are going to head to the top half of inning number 9. It's 4-0 for the Billygoats. And they'll try to see if they can.
How many drop frames do we have?
That is number 51, Andrew Rocket.
Head in the 9th inning here. Andrew Rickert will lead it off. And busy out there defensively in center field. Offensively, Rickert 0 for 3. 2 fly balls to right. Now a fly ball to shallow center. No problem for Nath to camp underneath that one and put it away. Rounded into a fielder's choice in the 6th, so 0 for 4. Offensively for Rickert, the Foley High School graduate. We are in the 9th inning. Let me get that inning updated for you, but we're in the top of the 9th. And Matt Komet drove in a run, the 4th run of the game, with a single in the 6th. Facing Ben Seary. Takes the pitch outside, so 2 balls and no strikes. Really, all the pitchers have been very good around the strike zone today. 1-hit batsman, but a 4-pitch walk to commit. Bosser walked in the 6th, but other than that, it has been Luverne, who has also kept the ball in play, and Matt Tachis, 2-hit batsman and 1 walk allowed by Tachis so far in his 4-hit shutout at this point. And Travis Call will step in. Pitch misses away. Strike at the knees to Call. Call reached on an error and then grounded out to third and to short. Scored after reaching the air, scored the first run of the game. Right now, that's the only run that Matt Tachis would have needed, but 3 more from Buckman has given them a 4-0 lead here. And missing down low in the dirt, so Siri trying to hone in on the strike zone here, walked Komet with 4 pitches and now down 3-1 to Travis Call, so 7 of the last 8 out of the zone. Ground ball to third, on a second for 1 to first, not in time. It gets by the first baseman Johnson. He hustles back, and they're going to check with the plate umpire to see if the runner made a move towards second base or if a tag was applied. The umpires communicate together and determine either that Call didn't try to advance or that the tag was missed on the attempt by Johnson. They do get the force out at second. 5-4 on the force out of Komet, and Travis Call will take over running. And now we get a pinch hitter coming in for Buckman. It's going to be 33, Sean Lanners. Breaks his bat on a ground ball first pitch. Underhand toss from Byer over to Johnson, and that'll do it in the 9th for Buckman, but one more chance for Luverne here to try to get back in this game. And they will send up Beers, Johnson, and Haugen scheduled to try to get to Matt Tachis here, who at this point is spinning a 4-hit shutout. And we'll come back for the bottom half of the 9th after this timeout on the Neighborhood Sports Network. All right, so last chance time for Luverne as Buckman, the 3rd seed out of their region, trying to crash this party that for the most part has been the top seeds advancing. But if Buckman can get 3 more outs out of their starter here and get a complete game out of Jack Tachis, or he may have to give way if he gets into a little bit of a trouble, but right now that does not seem likely the way he's been dealing. And Beers, first pitch swinging, so they're not going up there taking a strike. They're going to be aggressive here. Try to see if they can't get to Tachis early in the count. Ground ball up the middle, base hit. Tachis unhappy with himself. He thought he should have fielded that ground ball, but it just got underneath his glove. And it's a leadoff single for Declan Beers. Beers on base twice. That's a 5th hit of the game. For the Luverne Redbirds. And Tachis will give a courtesy look. Fly ball, left field. Drifting over towards the line is Bosser. He gets there and puts it away. So once again, a Luverne Redbird batter going up there down 4 and swinging at that first pitch. I think they know that Tachis has been around the strike zone the whole game, so potentially that first pitch you see might be the best one you're going to get in the at-bat. So both Beers and Johnson went after that first pitch. And the strike called to Jake Haugen, the designated hitter, starting out as the pitcher. Did a good job, gave up 3 runs, only 2 of them earned. But reaches down and lifts that one foul and out of play. So Tachis doing exactly what you're supposed to do here, up 4 in the bottom half of the 9th. Come out and fire strikes. Make that opponent beat you with the bat. No free passes, no hit batsman, and a fastball up in the zone that Haugen can't catch up with. And the Luverne Cardinals, or Redbirds, I knew I was going to call them the Cardinals at some point. That's the high school team. The Luverne Redbirds are down to their last out here with Cade Wendinger. Beers over at first, not much of a lead. He just knows that they need him to get around the base path, so don't do anything silly on the bases. First pitch is down and in to Wendinger. As Tachis works from the stretch. 5-hit shutout so far. Fly ball popped up in the infield, actually. Joe Call drifts back and makes the catch. And they run out and congratulate their pitcher, Matt Tachis, on a tremendous pitching performance here. A 5-hit shutout. Struck out 5, but really just was all over the strike zone for the Buckman Billygoats, and he got enough offensive support with some extra base hits. Started off with the double off the bat of Jack Suska. He scored on a single by Tachis, home run by Bozer, and then a double by Girth. Walk to Bosser, and then Bosser scored on the single by Matt Komet, and 4 runs were definitely enough to hold up for Matt Tachis, who is most likely to be named our player of the game. 5-hit shutout, no extra base hits.
It's the pitcher number 7, Matt Tachis.
And Matt Tachis. Let's hear what Tachis has to say. His 111 pitch performance, 5-hit shutout. Let's hear what Tachis has to say.
Matt, complete game, couple of hits today. Your thoughts?
Well, after the first inning, I didn't think they were going to have 0 runs because they hit every ball really hard. So defense was there and ended up pulling out a good team victory there, so it's good.
I did talk to a couple of your teammates. We got to talk about that base running.
I'd say that's on the first base coach.
Noted. Seriously, congrats on the win. Continued success. This has been awesome. Now you. Hold on. There's one reason and one reason only I had my wife come out here to record this. Because a rival sports talk host in town has pretended that he has embodied town baseball. Common man, you're such a fraud. You have never been a town baseball fan until about 10 minutes ago. So here, the NBA player of the game, courtesy of our friends at Daikin, Chris Reavers is the original talk radio host as a town baseball fan. Continued success. Congratulations. Welcome to Faribault. Thank you.
All right, so that'll do it here. Game number 3 is in the book. The Buckman Billygoats crashing the party here. They're the first lower seed to knock off a top seed. From the final scores that we've received, a 5-hit shutout, 4-0 victory for the Buckman Billygoats. And they will advance on in this tournament. They will play the winner of the Waconia Lakers Fergus Falls Hurricanes matchup. That was scheduled for 4:30 at Dundas, but with this weather system working its way through our state, all of these games, other than ours here in Faribault, seem to have been pushed back. Here in this one, so this one goes final. It's a 5-hit shutout for Matt Tachis, and the Buckman Billygoats will advance on in this tournament to the round of 16 and play next weekend as we work our way towards Championship Monday in the Class B and C state tournaments here, sponsored by the Minnesota Baseball Association and their partner, Neighborhood Sports Network. Every pitch of every inning of every game of this tournament is on the network, and we're glad you joined us for this one. Buckman moves on with a 4-0 victory over Luverne. And so for our production crew back at the studio, cameraman Greg Wilford, this has been Ron Osterman calling from Faribault and Belfield. It was a Buckman 4, Luverne 0, and until we talk to you again, have a great evening. We're red again, Greg? It's red again?